Alrighty then. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I know it's been a few days. I've been busy and stuff's been going on, so I haven't been able to get back to streaming for a few days, but tonight I'm going to finish up the Gamma Quadrant story in this game called Star Trek Online. I don't know what I was gonna say there. Anyway. Excuse me. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. Been a very warm past few days. Let me get the game up here. Alright, so things might be a little iffy here. Hold on. I have a new setup here. That's why why am I not able to click into the game here? Hold on. Can I tab into it? No. Alright, why can't I go to... Okay, hold on. Something screwy's going on with my screen. I will explain in a moment here what's going on. Yeah, okay, why did this happen? This is weird. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me just close that and start over again. Something's not right. I know, you're probably asking me, why didn't you test this out ahead of time? Well, because I'm just one of those people that assume it's gonna work. You know? And now it's... Okay, now it's capturing. There we go. Alright, there we go. That's right. Okay. So, to explain what's going on here. You know, I have this... There's this yearly tradition or habit, I guess more like a habit of... At least around the time in the fall, I try to upgrade something on my computer. And this year, I bought myself a second monitor. That's right. I am now master of dual monitor setup now for my streaming. So I got the game on one monitor, and I have OBS on the other monitor, so I can now keep track of OBS while I'm playing. This is awesome. But not to worry, the monitor I got is actually pretty decent. I got a good deal on it. It's a 1440p monitor. 144, no, scratch that. It's actually a 170 hertz monitor. Well, it's pretty hard. I don't know how to get it to 170 hertz, but yeah, I got a 1440p, 140, well, more than 144 plus hertz monitor. So I officially have a gamer monitor now. So I am playing the game in 1440p. However, I do have to limit it to... Sad for you, I do have to limit this to 60 FPS. Because that's what I stream at, so... Now, you see that further on Discord or whatever. Well... Technically, I kind of have a third monitor. That's my laptop. But I use that just to make sure the stream is actually up and running. That's the only purpose that serves. Now, if I want to keep an eye on Discord, that's what I have my phone for. I can use my phone to keep an eye on Discord, if for some reason I need to, but... Anyway. It was a good deal. I got it for 170, which is actually good price for a 1440p monitor. Because most of the ones I'm looking at were like in the 200 plus range. They usually hover around 250 on average for 300, so I snagged it when there was a deal on this. So I've spent the afternoon basically calibrating it. It's not quite as... It doesn't have quite the color range that my old monitor has. That's the only really caveat with it. But I spent like the past afternoon calibrating it and tweaking everything, so I got it looking good now. So I'm satisfied with it. So, but anyway, let's get to finishing up the Gamma Quadrant here tonight. So next mission is Tenebris Torquent. I'm always uncertain how to pronounce that. Torquent. Anyway, let's go on. Get on with it here.
Researchers led by my friend Dr. Bashir have isolated several fascinating aspects of Hur'q biology. I'm told this data provides insight on their native environment, specifically a metallic planetoid orbiting a pulsar within a nebula. There's one system that meets these requirements. Havas Kul in the Gamma Quadrant. I'm going there to investigate along with Captain Kira in the Defiant. Dr. Bashir will accompany us as well. His insight will be critical to the mission's success. The Doctor believes we'll find what we need to end this conflict on Havas Kul. If he's right, and he often is, I'm willing to travel to the heart of enemy territory. Won't you join us?
I think we don't have a choice but to join you. Yes, I accept.
Be seeing you.
We'll see you soon, Garak. We'll see you very soon. To the Gamma Quadrant. Or to Deep Space Nine, which I did not mean to do. Dang it. I meant to go in the wormhole. Where's the wormhole? There we go. Oh, it's all the way over here. I think I finally got my eyes adjusted to this new monitor. There's always this adjustment period when you get a new monitor, or at least in my case, there's an adjustment period. I gotta let my eyes get adjusted to having more pixels and refresh rate in front of me. It is a larger monitor, size-wise, also than my other monitor, so I can actually just sit back and enjoy it. Also, the benefit of the new setup here is I had to rearrange everything, so my microphone is technically closer to me now than it was before. Now I don't have anything blocking my view, so this is actually a much nicer setup now. I did test some other games out with this thing. Happening. Whoa. Just went past him. Didn't mean to go past him. Of course, most of my games look nicer at 1440p. Now, as for getting like high frame rates on games, well, I'm not expecting too much. because I'm still rocking a 1660 Super, which is not really the ideal card for 1440p high FPS gaming, but on some games it still works pretty well. Like on the Resident Evil 7 teaser, I can play that at 1440p and get like 120 FPS on that, on maxed out settings, and it's nice. So whenever I get to Resident Evil 7, that's going to look super nice on this monitor. On the other hand, Cyberpunk, which looks nicer on this monitor, I'm not going to be getting 60 FPS on that anymore. not with the settings that I'm used to, so I get about 40 FPS on it now with this setup, but not a huge deal. Maybe next year I'll get a better GPU. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, let's begin the mission here. I will say SEO does look nicer on this.
I have to say, the survey reports on this system really don't do it justice. A nebula, a pulsar, dark energy, and the Hur'q homeworld.
Well, I'm not reading any Hur'q ships on sensors.
Nor I. Isn't that strange? One would think they'd place a heavy guard on their home system. How peculiar. Let's use this opportunity to look around. Quietly, of course.
Agreed.
We're reading a number of interesting phenomena, despite interference from the nebula. Let's see. Plethora of heavy metallic compounds. And a hotbed of tetryon and thermobaric energy throughout the nebula. A fitting birthplace for a future star.
There's a moon nearby. Preliminary scans aren't showing much, but it's just the kind of place the Hur'q could be using to hide a base. Or a fleet. I'd like to take a closer look.
Well, let's move in.
The pulsar's throwing off a lot of hazardous energy. I don't like this. Scans are showing a lot of bare
Most
rock,
astute,
but no
Captain.
metals or compounds.
Let's make the appropriate shield adjustments.
It's a lot like...
Is it a lot like what? Guys, please do not talk over each other.
Like it's being completely stripped of anything remotely useful? The calling card of the Hur'q, if I'm not mistaken. Perhaps we should send down a probe, just to be absolutely sure. There could be some Hur'q down there, hidden by the nebula's effect on our sensors.
I'll send a probe then. No, launch probe. I mean, tactical launch probe. Who launches probes? Is it Ops? Somebody launch a probe.
It's barely Class D. No metals, complex compounds, liquids, or atmosphere.
The interior's a complex maze of tunnels. Thousands of them.
This matches Hur'q patterns we've seen elsewhere. They've been here.
The probe is online and transmitting. Our science teams are taking a close look at the incoming data, but it doesn't look terribly promising. Shall we forge on? There's a lovely planet nearby, no doubt filled with a bounty of toxic rocks and metallic salts. Entering scanning
Of course, for the
range
planet. I had to do emphasis because there's an exclamation point there.
These astronomic readings are strange. The planet has a highly eccentric orbit. Looks like it collects matter from the nebula as it sweeps around the pulsar, all while being bombarded with radiation. Definitely not habitable by most standards, though it's not quite demon class. An orbital period of several thousand years. That explains the Hur'q life cycle. They must hibernate while the planet is at the far range of its orbit. This orbit coincides with the previous emergences of the Hur'q. The 1,000-year cycle explains why they appear suddenly, then vanish just as quickly.
We're reading complex structures here, along with power systems and technology. This could be a base of operations for the Hur'q. It appears to be deserted. Why don't we take a look around? This could be a prime opportunity.
Let's meet on the Defiant. We'll need to make some preparations before we send an away team down there.
Okay. Do the Defiant. Let's see, who is gonna come with? Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll go with this. We'll go with the classic crew. The originals. I spent so much time sitting in loading screens for this game. No, I swear probably a tenth of my playtime is probably just loading screens. And I have a lot of hours on this game now.
I've sent a team down to establish a secure zone. They're ready for you, but you'll want to put on an EV suit before you beam down. Once you're suited up, we'll beam you down to the secure zone. It's just below the planet's surface in a large cavern area.
Well, it's a good thing I have my fancy smatchy EV suit. And everybody has fancy EV suits. This chamber appears to be a natural cavern. The readings show unusual energy and a lot of magnetized metals and salts not far from here. Some of the caves near here have a regular structure. They were dug out rather than naturally occurring. Maybe the Hur'q have something like an ant hive. Now let's check in with Kira's away team and see how they're progressing. Who's this dude constantly scanning? Well, that's Garak. He's lots of scanning.
I should have a habitation area set up soon. We can replace the reducing atmosphere in this cavern with standard oxy-nitro and warm things up a bit. Kane's keeping watch, and Weir is looking into other connected areas. We should have a perimeter field up within a few minutes.
Carry on, Williams. Not like anything will happen to you.
Reading a lot of background radiation and some wild magnetic fields. It's like the pulsar and the nebula are supercharging the metallic crystal compounds here. The environment's very different from anything we'd consider a habitable planet. Explains why the Hur'q are so alien. Quite a treasure for a geologist like myself.
Carry on, Ishimura. Particles. My particles.
Everything's in order here. Define, do you still have a lock on us?
Affirmative. If you need transport, there may be a slight delay due to pulsar emissions.
I'm getting something odd on my tricorder.
See, this probably wouldn't have been a good thing. But this is a good Halloween-themed mission. But instead we have to deal with witches. Wake up, samurai. You got a city to burn. Oh wait, wrong game. Also, I still like how my dress uniform just glows in the dark. Sometimes I have wondered if that's a bug or if that's intentional.
Glad you're still with us. Whatever that was must have left you for dead. I'd get moving in case it comes back to make sure. Looks like you're in a series of tunnels that connect to a larger cavern. Garak and Bashir are close to your position. They're moving into a large open chamber. Try to make your way to them. Be careful.
Okay.
Some of the crystal formations down there are emitting intense amounts of energy. We can't lock onto anyone with transporters, and the others are reporting that directed energy weapons won't work.
Understood, Captain.
This is Bashir. Garak and I are alive, but we're a little lost.
Keep moving. You should head up to another chamber. The creature's in a passage near your location. Stay sharp.
Garak and I are moving into a very large, oblong chamber.
And here I was, hoping those cozy, cramped little tunnels would make a nice vacation spot.
Looks like the door to the next chamber is locked.
Where is the monster? Okay, I don't know if you can see that on the stream. Maybe you can. My, the fabric on my suit is like shimmering. You might be able to see that on the stream. That's just very weird. That's just very weird looking. Because, you know, graphics.
Those readings you're getting from that crystal node are interesting. It's generating a localized magnetic field. Manipulating that field could cause a response similar to pushing a button or flicking a switch. I wonder, do you think Hur'q can sense magnetic fields similar to sharks on Earth?
Let's stay on point, Doctor.
Yes, of course. I think you'll find a way to manipulate that magnetic field to open the door. The morphogenic crystals are probably the keys. So look for one nearby that has a similar output to the door node.
Okay.
The readings I'm getting on that crystal are weak. It probably isn't usable. That one's got an odd harmonic. Doesn't seem to match the rest. That's the one you need. Use it to open that door.
Open sesame. Suit? Oh, well, fine. I wish it wouldn't automatically remove my suit between cutscenes. That's just kind of
See if you can get
jarring. Whoa. Almost did not jump there.
Hazardous energy and anti-gravity ahead. Use your thrusters. The creature's turned back. It must not like anti-gravity.
Nope.
Slow and steady, don't get lost. Try to head up when you can.
Garak and I have a breathable atmosphere here. Everyone, try and reach our location.
Williams here. I'm stuck in some kind of tunnel maze. Not sure how to get out.
Ishimura here.
This one looks like technical
My nav
data.
system's useless.
Interesting.
I'll keep trying
None
to
of their
find you all.
starships had weapons until 2,000 years ago. Their first designs were way ahead of most species at that time, though. Huh. How did they go from geniuses to the ravenous eating machines we're dealing with now?
I don't know, I guess they got hungry. Oh, somebody died.
Kane, report. I just lost crewman Kane's vitals. Weir's comm signal is down, but he's still alive. Keep an eye out.
Game over, man. Game over. What did I do now? Open this up. Ow. What was that? Malfunctioning light.
You can't fight that thing. Run!
Huh? What thing? Kira, you're not making any sense. Oh wait, I'm dying. Why am I dying?
Bashir and Garak are just past this chamber. We're picking up some interesting tech on sensors. Interesting and old. Very old. Most of it predates the Federation by several centuries. Are you reading those energy patterns on the other side of that opening? They're far more intricate than the others we've seen. We think there's some kind of ship ahead of you. It shows signs of damage. You might be in some sort of dry dock or repair facility. Interesting. There are large gaps in tech level between each section of the facility. It's as if the Hur'q learn as they hibernate. They wake up with 1,000 years of advancements at hand and get ready to work.
You know, that's actually quite a challenge, so they get smarter as they sleep. That actually sounds like a pretty good deal. Anyway, this console here, this console looks like it can operate a door here, which I have activated, and I'm going. I like how my spotlight doesn't really project directly in front of me. It's kind of just off to the sides. It's not useful. Oh, I just had. Nope, that did not fix it. For a moment, I thought it did. Nope. Hello, number one. Good to see you, sir. We set up a safe area. We've got a safe area set up here, yes.
A pleasure to see you. We'll need all the help we can get if we're to leave this world alive. To that end, the good doctor and I have started to make sense of our surroundings. We seem to be in some sort of Hur'q command center. From here, we can begin to restore power in critical systems.
Hur'q technology is driven by electromagnetic manipulation of morphogenic crystals. Doors, life support, everything, even their central computer. If we can find the right crystals, I can bring things back online. We can look for information on Hur'q biology within their data system. We might even find a cure here. I found a little information. This planet used to be rich in a type of fungus. It thrived in the harshest of environments, even areas high in pulsar radiation. It used to be a staple of the Hur'q diet until it disappeared from the ecosystem. Without it, the Hur'q began to suffer from a severe type of malnutrition. It led to a number of neurological disorders, many of which we've seen firsthand. Based on these readings, there should be more data storage units in the tunnels beyond this chamber. They're the ones by the door with the blue glow rods. One more thing. Some parts of the tunnels still have malfunctioning gravity systems. You should be able to navigate through them, but the energy fields in there will nullify your weapons, so be careful.
Alright. I'll get you those storage crystals. No, I just had a thought that this entire stage would be... This would be the type of place you would see Samus Aran exploring and shooting space pirates and Metroids in. It's that type of place.
Oh, good. You made it. We were about to leave when... No! No!
What's
Goodbye.
going on?
Goodbye, Ishimura.
Ishimura's vitals just flatlined.
Game, stop taking my suit off. Can't get me in here.
It moved away from you and shrouded itself.
Send your officer to me so that I can address any injuries.
Alright, Chavril. Go on.
That covers the first peaceful meeting between the Hur'q and the Founders over 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, let me see what's up here. Nothing. Why am I getting the, why am I getting, like, the blue Davidian effect here? That's kind of weird. I don't remember if that normally happens here. Because there's not supposed to be Davidians here. Hey, Zorva. You should go with the others and leave me alone. Oh, yeah, here it is. Can't get me in here.
It moved
away. Shrouded itself.
Send your officer to me so that I can address any injuries.
One of your officers has arrived here.
My god. The enzyme the Hur'q need is a precursor to Metrocell.
Is he gone? It's gone. Isn't there, like, remains up here somewhere? It must be in the last one.
It moved away from you and shrouded itself.
Yes, yes, I know, Kira. Okay, this is where I came from. I need to go this way.
One of your officers has arrived here.
Now, who are we missing? Colas. There you are.
You're a sight for sore eyes. Let's get out of here
Before I die.
William!
It moved away and shrouded itself.
It moved away from you and shrouded itself.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did, Kira. Oh, not in here? Maybe I have to backtrack a little bit.
The Hur'q tried to synthesize the enzyme they needed for cognition, but failed.
Come on, where's the game over thing? Oh, there it is. Body. Williams. Game over, man. Always have to get that every time I play this mission. Always.
One of your officers has arrived here.
I saw that. He was just there. Okay, everybody here?
Nicely done. We should be able to translate Hur'q data files and run a detailed analysis of them at a greatly accelerated rate now. I have a good friend in Starfleet Engineering that would love to spend some time with this technology. The Hur'q have made some remarkable advances in their time. Ah, the first results are in. Excellent. I have access to a few critical systems, including gravity and power generation, bringing them online now. That should make things go a little smoother.
Indeed.
I'm getting some historical records now. Give me a moment to process it. This is not good. It's a record of the fall of the Hur'q civilization at the hands of the Dominion. For some reason, the Dominion removed the fungus from the ecosystem during a Hur'q hibernation cycle. Military conquest, most likely. This is what drove the Hur'q to madness.
It appears we have some uninvited guests.
You're a
Zenkethi.
long way from Zenketh, Admiral.
Oh, this is the Admiral.
To what do we owe the pleasure?
The Admiral was a changeling.
Ah, traveling incognito?
One of her many covert identities, I suspect.
This expedition of yours has gone on long enough.
Touched a nerve, have we?
You found a secret I've kept for millennia. Something I've kept from Odo and the Great Link.
The origin of the Hur'q infestation.
And you're rolling it.
I needed soldiers to realize my dream of dominion. Enforcers willing to obey without question. Physically, the Hur'q were perfect candidates. But their peaceful, free-thinking nature was an obstacle. In studying the Hur'q biology, I found the key to their loyalty.
The Ketracel precursor.
Yes, I extracted it from their ecosystem. They had no choice. Obey or die.
I take it things didn't go according to plan.
No, they became savage, incoherent, volatile. With each cycle, the swarm grew larger, wilder. My ability to control them diminished. All I could do was point them in the direction of my enemies. I would let them rampage and await their eventual hibernation.
Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
They were a failure, but they provided a gift. Ketracel, the gift that led to a more successful endeavor. The Gem Hadar.
I think I've heard enough. I knew you were involved in this somehow. You built an empire on slavery, and now it's all falling apart. When the Alliance learns about this...
But they won't. None of you are leaving this world alive.
You would kill another founder?
There were other founders who knew the truth once, like you. They did not want a dominion built on the backs of slaves. They tried to depose me, to expose the truth to the Link. They failed, and paid for their lack of vision.
All of you, against the wall.
Odo, this is getting out of hand.
Stop this, now!
No, Odo. This is bigger than you. Bigger than us. The Dominion must endure.
I'm afraid I can't allow that.
What now?
You've forced my hand. This is a modification of your own Hur'q lure. As we speak, every Hur'q in the Quadrant is homing in on the signal.
And you're calling them here? To their homeworld?
On the contrary, madam. I'm calling them to the Founder homeworld. Your chickens, as the humans say, are coming home to roost.
Insanity! We will...
Nope. That's a very Garak thing to do. Yeah, I'll just send the Hur'q to your homeworld. Alright. The bad changeling is gone. Now we must fight. Where is it? It shrouded itself and okay. It moved away and shrouded itself. That's what you're supposed to say. And it's dead.
I think that's our cue. Now that we have restored operations here, our ships will be able to lock onto us with transporters. I suggest we take advantage of this while we can.
I think so. Beam us up.
You did this?
No, the Hur'q did it.
You killed a god? My god? My beautiful founder. Gone forever. I loved her so. And now you'll pay the price. Guards!
Enough, Weyoun. All of you, stand down.
No! You betrayed her! And the Dominion! I will carry out her final order!
That founder is no more, Weyoun. This founder has given you an order, and you will obey.
No! He is no founder. She was a founder. He is a traitor! Guards! Shoot to kill! All of them!
Belay that order.
What?
We do not serve you, Vorta. Where this founder leads, we will follow.
Thank you, my friend.
Fine. Then I'll do it myself.
No, you won't.
Take Weyoun into custody and return to your ship. We have business at the home world to attend to.
Interesting. Yes. I now know how to kill the founder, so... No, that's absolutely not what Dukan'Rex is thinking.
Tell me, was it part of your plan to draw every Hur'q in the sector to this system, Garak? Because if it was, it worked with flying colors. We need to get out of here and fast. Our only hope is to punch a hole through the swarm so we can go to warp.
I thought he summoned them to the Founder homeworld, not here. Unless he did both the Founder homeworld and here. Whatever. We're right behind you, Captain.
Try to hold them off. See if I can arrange the distraction. Departed for the Founder homeworld. It will take them some time to reach it, even at maximum warp. We should make the most of that time and bring an end to this madness. The information that the good doctor found should do just that. For now, let's return to our respective fleets and prepare for the next and hopefully final steps of this journey.
Thanks to Garak, my homeworld is under siege. I realize there's not a lot of love lost to the Founders these days, but if the center of the Dominion falls to the Hur'q, The rest of the galaxy will soon follow suit. If you're willing to stand with us one last time, assemble your forces and rendezvous with my fleet in the Gamma Quadrant. I hope to see you there before it's too late for all of us.
We will be there, Odo. To be continued.
There's a certain poetic symmetry at play here. The Dominion are about to receive their comeuppance from one of the many species they've abused. Regrettably, we Cardassians have some experience in such matters. Of course, our work is just beginning. We need to formulate a cure for the Hur'q before they devastate every system in the quadrant. Hopefully, we can achieve this lofty goal before they make a meal of the Dominion. And again, science is often a lengthy, perilous process. I'm certainly glad to put Havas Kul behind me. Small, dark passages are not a passion of mine.
Okay. And rewards from this mission. Drumroll. We get generic Polaron weapons. And a flare. That's probably one of the worst unique reward items in the game. A useless flare. And when I mean useless, it is capital U useless. There's no reason you would ever need to use that on any mission in the game that I am aware of. Alright. So we must save Odo's homeworld, the founders. Do they deserve to be saved? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe they deserve to be saved. And restock everybody here. Even though they didn't do a whole lot in that mission. Player. Alright. Next mission here. The finale. And now, the conclusion. As they say in Star Trek.
Empersa, the homeworld of the Founders, is under attack by the Hur'q. This is our darkest hour. If Empersa falls, the Dominion will come to an end. I'm asking you to join in the defense efforts as soon as you can. A task force will assemble at my fleet's location in the Gamma Quadrant and warp to Empersa from there. Remember, if we fall, the Alpha Quadrant is next. It's time to make a stand. I hope you'll join in the fight.
We will.
If you'll excuse me. Previously on Star Trek Online, the Dominion as you know it is on the verge of collapse. Without your help, the Hur'q will win the war of attrition.
What's happening?
Yes, Garak, I found your mysterious widget. What is it exactly? It's not Kremen tech.
I found a similar device on Bejor.
These devices called the Hur'q, and we put them there. The other Founders are hiding things from me.
Odo, look out!
Hold your fire. I think it's trying to communicate.
We can't hold off the Hur'q forever.
Alliance forces are spread too thin to help, Quark.
We need the Klingons, brother. Otherwise, we're doomed.
The Sword of Kahless. has promised.
Once again, the House of Quark delivers. Martok will be pleased.
You found a secret I've kept for millennia.
The origin of the Hur'q infestation.
And you're rolling it.
The Dominion must endure.
I'm afraid I can't allow that. As we speak, every Hur'q in the quadrant...
He has some generic Starfleet people there with him instead of my crew.
I arrived here
just
ahead
noticed
of
that.
you, and I've already engaged the Hur'q near the planet. You've made your point, Garak. Deactivate the Hur'q lure device you placed on the homeworld before this gets out of hand.
By the way, I think like the last time I did this mission when I did the Gamma recruit, I think that pre-rendered video triggers a copyright claim on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's the one that does it, so yeah, there's some background music in there that triggers a claim. So yeah, I got that to look forward to again. Yay, but whatever. Anyway, agreed. Bring it into this now.
I'm afraid that's the problem, Ambassador. I deactivated it several minutes ago.
Oh, you did? Excuse me?
Then why are the Hur'q still attacking? Don't play games with me here, Garak. I'm warning you.
Counselor?
Perhaps they're still attacking due to a deep hatred of your people. After all, the Founders are directly responsible for their state of mind, body, and soul. I can't say I blame them for...
Gentlemen.
Enough! Both of you. We don't have time for this. There's bigger problems to deal with here, starting with that swarm of Hur'q vessels nearby.
Captain makes a good point.
Agreed. My fleet is already engaged near the planet, but Hur'q reinforcements keep arriving. Try to punch through the swarms so we can join up.
Very well. Helm, take us in.
We
Red alert.
Your solution to this problem soon, Doctor.
Red alarm.
Some might argue.
Cross my fingers my audio doesn't break. This is one of those missions that will usually do it. Why are they sending an Aquarius? It's in like an Aquarius escort. Like why? Why don't you just send another Odyssey blaster? What ship does it belong to? Coming. You get them all?
Well done. The ship's taken heavy damage, but she'll survive.
Well, we've bought ourselves some time. Let's hope it's enough. Julian, is your plan ready? It may be our best hope to end things now.
It's as ready as possible, Captain. The challenge of frontier medicine, I'm afraid, is that there is never enough time. I've created a program that will enable the Hur'q to synthesize the compound they need to come to their senses. I've also put together a core sample of the compound for them to utilize in mass production. That is the easy part.
And the hard part? What do you need to make this happen?
From what we've learned about the Hur'q, the best way to make this happen will be to enter the data into one of their core computer systems. It'll need to be a command-level system with fleet-wide override authority. Systems of that caliber are only found on Hur'q dreadnoughts.
The best defended ships in their fleet.
There's a Hur'q dreadnought heading toward the planet as we speak. It's slow, so we should be able to intercept it. I recommend we engage that ship and disable it, if possible. We'll need to get a team on board to carry out Julian's plan.
Agreed. Let's make it happen. Nab ourselves a dreadnought. Get it with everything we got.
I'll send some of my best. Dukan'Rex will lead the Jem'Hadar away team, while Loris will assist Dr. Bashir.
Very well.
Right. Let's get the away teams on that dreadnought before it calls for backup.
Agreed.
Loris and I have all we need. We're ready to beam over when you are.
Alright. Who's coming with? This is gonna be some intense fighting. Let's see. Yes, I'll bring my own. Got my own Jem'Hadar. Let's bring you. What? And who's gonna be my science person? Neelix, bring my Reptite man.
We'll need to find their central computer core. Once we're there, I'll begin the override process that will allow us to transmit our data on the cure. When that's done, we can instruct each ship in their fleet to replicate the cure and distribute it to every Hur'q on board. Of course, we need to reach the command center in one piece to do so.
We'll clear it away. It's what we're here for.
Enemy life signs ahead. Get ready to fight. Proceed with caution. I'm meeting numerous hazards in the area. This section of the ship has taken heavy damage.
Understood. My little sniper rifle actually works pretty well against these things. Don't rest yet, people. There's more bugs coming. A lot of bug killing. A lot of bug killing in this episode. In this episode of Star Trek, we kill lots of bugs.
I have unpleasant news, I'm afraid. Hur'q security systems have sent an automated distress signal throughout the fleet. I recommend haste. We're going to have a great number of hostile guests. And far sooner than we'd like.
Well, we better hurry then. You heard the Vorta. Double time, people. Alright, Dr. Bashir, do your thing.
Excellent work. It's time for Loris and I to finish this. Keep your weapons handy, however. We're breaking into a secure computer system here. The Hur'q are bound to take offense. Keep them busy while we do our work, or this will be a wasted trip.
You'll have the time you need, Doctor. Everybody get ready. Here they come. Beat the horde. Yeah, I might go back to my weapon.
This one goes here! That one goes there!
I was saving time by inverting the feed now instead of later. I wouldn't even be in Starfleet anymore if it weren't for this Hur'q nonsense.
This Hur'q nonsense.
Doctor?
Perhaps you know a faster way to translate Hur'q language and reverse engineer their technology.
Have my security people died yet? Or are they still here? I can't tell. Oh, nope, they're still here. Or at least one of them is. Okay. Good. You're good.
Almost ready here. The system needs the physical samples of the cure for final analysis and processing. Shall I proceed?
Make it happen, Doctor. Weyoun. You
Are you insane, Weyoun? That was our last hope.
How is this possible? You were in prison!
I was liberated by those who still served the true Founders. Not everyone is a traitor to the Dominion, after all.
There is only one traitor here, Weyoun. It's time you paid the price for your treachery.
Pathetic. You can't even kill someone properly. Allow me to instruct you. You! Jemadar! Make yourself useful! Kill them!
I don't know why he thinks Dukan'Rex would follow his orders, because he already defied Weyoun already.
Open fire! Kill them, now!
I think not.
I think I'll kill you instead.
He's gone.
And not a moment too soon.
Bashir to command. Everyone, we have a problem.
Nope. I guess we're done here. Ready to bring me back to the ship on your orders, sir. Miss back. Do we have a plan B?
That Hur'q fleet is about to attack our position. We need to give the doctor the time he needs to transmit data on the cure.
Acknowledged. Red alert, people. You know the drill. Have to swarm for 40, 30 seconds. You must survive. We survived.
Well, you're in quite a fix there, Odo.
Brilliant observation, Quark. What do you want?
Forgive my brother, Odo. We're here to help.
The Ferengi cavalry? I thought I'd seen everything.
Oh, the best is yet to come, Odo. Say hello to my dangerous friends.
Friends indeed.
Ship is under attack.
Well, Quark, we're waiting.
Rom, where are they?
Lose something? Like your nerve, perhaps?
Long ago, Takuvma, the Unforgettable, lit the beacon of Kahless to restore glory.
Please do not bring up Takuvma, Arton.
Today,
just
a
don't.
new torchbearer, Worf, son of Moog, does the same. United, we now go to fight the enemy of our ancestors. Today, we will fight the Hur'q. I now hold the weapon they fear most. The sword of Kahless has been returned to us. Join me now in honorable combat. Show the Hur'q what it truly means to be Klingon. For Kahless, for the Empire, Kapla!
Yarr. Yes, no, you keep telling me my ship is under attack in the cutscene. Okay, 1 minute. You have to hold on for 1 minute, game. Yes, we survived.
The arrival of the Klingons has given us more time in space, but the situation on the surface is dire. Hur'q's forces are breaking the Jem'Hadar defense lines. We need to do what we can to help. I'm beaming directly to the Great Link to aid my people.
Agreed.
The time has come. The Hur'q mean to ravage everything in their path. We will not allow it. We will stand against them, as Kahless once stood, defiant and proud. Fight well, and if need be, die well. Kapla!
Let's finish this. Oh. Getting transporter range. We're in range of the Founder homeworld, Admiral. Transporters are standing by. Are you ready to beam down? Yes. Alright, so who's gonna come with here? Again, this is gonna be some pretty intense combat here. Colas. Bring Ensign with us. Dylan. And the android. It should be good. 2 engineers, 1 science person.
Whom do we seek? Kahless! How do we find him? Together! Kahless, give us light to see forever! Will he hide from us always? Never!
It's worse than we thought. Most of the Jem'Hadar lines have been broken. Even the Great Link is in danger. I'm going to coordinate our defenses at the link. Meet me there.
Good luck, Ambassador.
We'll meet you there as soon as we can. And Odo, be careful.
Let's go.
The Jem'Hadar have come to our aid. Now, we will return the favor.
Let's hope we're not too late.
Fight well. Good. There are many Hur'q between us and the Great Link. We go there now to reclaim our lives. We are already dead.
Yes, victory is life. Totally agree with you on floating dirt mound.
We won't last long out in the open like this.
Okay, where you suggest we go?
We're fortifying our position near the Great Link.
Understood. We're on our way.
Hello, Mr. Vorta. We've never technically met before.
I must confess my surprise at seeing you here, on this, the homeworld of the gods. Truly, we are living in strange times. You'll forgive my boldness, but there are still founders under attack nearby. Can I count on you to aid them and destroy the wretched creatures who would do them harm?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's just something we're gonna do along the way, because we're killing all the bugs anyway, so... It's more just something we're gonna do along the way.
This changeling's losing morphogenic matrix stability. There are more friendly life signs nearby. We should do what we can for them.
Understood. Stop doing that.
I don't know you, son. I thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Invasion?
Technically, yeah, kind of. I mean, the Hur'q are technically solid, so I guess, yeah. Final battle. Are you ready?
You made it. Good. We're going to need all the help we can get here. It looks like the Hur'q are focusing their attacks on the link. I've called for reinforcements, but most of our lines have been overrun. We're going to make a stand here and hope the Doctor's plan is successful. If not, if we fail, this may be the day the Dominion dies.
Right. We'll make our stand here. Now. Everybody. Fight.
Please tell me you have more genuine oxygen to help.
The call's been sent, but they may not arrive in time.
We'll do what we can with what we have then.
as always, until the end.
I'm not sure I like the way you said that, Odo.
Maurice, if we don't take it...
No, now is not the time for this discussion.
Look around. There may not be a better time.
And I understand what you do.
You do? Then you know how sorry for everything.
Yes.
I know. I feel the same.
You know, you two, we can have this discussion another time. Everything I got. These guys. Like a shooting gallery, and they know, but nobody's fallen down and fallen yet, so we're doing pretty good. Doing a little better than I usually do. You're getting sliced through.
Maurice, are you hurt?
It's just a scratch. I'm fine. We're losing ground here, Odo. Keep fighting.
We can't hold this position much longer.
That's Jem'Hadar, for we're about to die, Doctor. Are you ready?
Not without the Ketracel components needed for the cure.
Ketracel? Yes. Victory.
Wait! Stop!
Is life.
I mean, he does have Ketracel. Did I just make a womanly scream? You brought me this. Why?
It seems the battle is over, but how? What happened up there, Doctor?
I believe Dukan'Rex realized that his own body contained the Ketracel material I needed to fight this. He extracted what we needed. Once the Hur'q were able to synthesize the cure, they came to their senses and called for an immediate ceasefire. Their forces are withdrawing as we speak. It's over, Odo. I won't say we won. It's over.
Indeed. And at great cost. I know we're kind of referring to Dukan'Rex, but you know, a lot of other Jem'Hadar, Starfleet, Klingon, maybe some Ferengi, and Changelings have died. Yes, great cost. Admiral, we received orders from Alliance Command. We're to report to Deep Space Nine as soon as possible for debriefing. Are you ready to return to the Alpha Quadrant? Yes. Let's go back to DS9. Good old DS9. Crossroads of space. Loading.
There was nothing I could do for him on the Hur'q Dreadnought. The Ketracell extraction process was too devastating. Odo, you treated him like a son when we first found him on DS9, and I'm truly sorry.
He didn't even have a name when he left us. I'll make sure the name he found is never forgotten. I remember his first days on the station. All he wanted to do was fight. Didn't matter who. When he left, I thought I'd never see him again. Or if I did, it'd be as enemies. The man I met years later still knew how to fight, but his reasons for doing so had changed dramatically. I'm proud to have known him. I wish I could have done more in the end.
You made a difference in his life.
I suppose you're right. I believe Captain Kira was looking for you. She was at the Temple of the Prophets last I checked. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to pay my respects. We'll talk more later.
Very well. I'm sorry for your loss. And to be honest, Dukan'Rex was actually a pretty good character. So. Alright, so we need to go talk to Kira. Said she was in the temple? Yeah. Captain?
And here we are, once again. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it?
Indeed. What's next for you, Captain?
Funny you should mention that. After we got back, Starfleet Command offered me a number of postings. Even the center chair on one of those shiny new cruisers. Tempting. But I chose to join the command staff here on DS9. Bajor and the Celestial Temple mean a lot to me, and this station is a good place to keep them both safe.
True. It's also close to our mutual friend in the Gamma Quadrant.
Subtle, but you're not wrong. Odo and I have a lot to work out before we're back to where we were, but we've taken a few good steps in that direction. I think it'll work out. Eventually. He's a hard man to read sometimes.
Also true. Until next time, Captain. Opaka?
It is good to see you once more. I was hoping we'd have a moment to speak on an important matter before your duties take you back to the stars.
What's on your mind, Eminence?
My thoughts often return to the Orb of Peace. It was no coincidence that it was found in the Gamma Quadrant, in the midst of 2 warring tribes. I believe it to be a message from the prophets, one of guidance in troubled times.
I trust your expertise on such matters because I don't have any knowledge on these matters. I know nothing about it.
Now that the conflict with the Hur'q has ended, I feel it's time to explore this omen more thoroughly. The recent vision experienced by Loris is truly remarkable. That the prophets would speak to a Vorta. Again, this is no coincidence. Simply put, I believe the orb is meant to broker a lasting peace between the people of our quadrants and the Dominion.
I hope you're right, Eminence. Loris? Number... whatever.
Hello again, my friend. It pleases me to see you. I have interesting news.
I hope it doesn't involve the Hur'q, even though it might.
Thankfully, no. Rather, it involves the Orb of Peace that you returned with Kaiopaka. It has spoken to me. I've been exploring the meaning of that experience with the Kai and Captain Kira. They are, after all, experts on such matters. While we all find it curious that an orb of the prophets would speak to a Vorta, we also agree it would be foolish to ignore it.
What of your service to the Dominion?
With the blessings of Founder Odo, I have been transferred to this quadrant to continue my studies of the orb and the prophets. I shall also serve as Founder Odo's representative here. Diplomacy is my specialty, after all. I'm sure we'll be seeing one another again. May the blessings of the Founders and the prophets be yours.
Glad to hear it. See you around then.
Thank you for coming to visit. After all we've been through, it means a lot to have friends. Even if it reminds me of the ones we miss. Speaking of reunions, I think General Martok is leading the charge against the Bloodwine at Quark's. I'm sure he'd want to congratulate you on another glorious victory. May the prophets watch over you.
And you, Captain. Alright, time to get wasted on Bloodwine. Rom?
We'll be here at DS9 until my ship is repaired. Fortunately, I have exclusive rights to the holosim of the battle. The sales of that alone will cover the cost of repairs, and then some. Some days, it's good to be the Grand Nagus.
I can only imagine.
I don't like to think about how close to disaster we were, though. Fortunately, there were people like you out there to bring us all back from the brink. All those adventures. You've got quite a story to tell. That reminds me. Have you ever considered making a holobiography? I think your life story would be quite popular and profitable. I'll make you a very generous offer for the rights and cut you in on a share of the profits, say 25%.
I'm sure my story will make a great holobiography. Interesting offer, but I must decline. I still have many more adventures. My story is not done quite yet.
Suit yourself. The offer still stands if you change your mind.
Thank you, Grand Nagus. Normal Lita.
Oh, I'm so glad to see this come to an end. But not as glad as everyone back on Ferenginar. It's a celebration of Rule 35 like no one's ever seen before. I mean, peace may be good for business, but things are really getting out of hand.
How so?
When word got out that the Gamma Quadrant was open for business, the new Latinum rush was on. Open borders and free trade policies. My husband was practically weeping with joy. Oh, poor Odo. He thought he had his hands full with Quark on DS9. Now, he's gonna have an entire quadrant full of Ferengi to deal with.
I'm sure he'll rise to the challenge. Who is that? Nog, why are you in an old engineer's uniform?
We need to stop running into each other when the fate of the galaxy is on the line. I'd be fine with drinks here at Uncle's bar, or some baseball on the holodeck. That said, I can't think of too many people I'd trust when everything's on the line. Glad you were here for this.
Likewise. What's next for you?
Starfleet's assigned the Chimera to peacekeeping duty in Hur'q space. We'll be working with the Joint Task Force to help the Hur'q get back on their feet again as well. There's a lot to be done, but we want to help them rejoin the galactic community.
That's quite the task.
It is, but my crew is up for the challenge. They're some of Starfleet's best. Take care of yourself out there. Don't be a stranger.
Same to you, Captain. Martok?
A hard-fought battle and a well-earned victory. And yet, we almost missed it. Our fleet would have never left the Empire if it weren't for the sword's return. Hur'q tells me her former mate, Quark, had something to do with that. The sacred blade of Kahless, returned to the Empire by a Ferengi. Madness!
Her current mate played a part as well.
Yes, it was Worf's idea to ignite the beacon of Kahless. A bold move, but it paid off. Only a coward could refuse such a call to arms.
Indeed.
The legend of Kahless is stronger than ever. It would not surprise me if the High Council moved to create a new clone of the Emperor. There is great power in legend, after all.
Funny you mention that. True. Until next time, General. And there will be a next time. FPAR. You're all dressed up in your combat outfit again.
I am forever indebted to you. Without your efforts, I would walk the path of exile for the rest of my days. Now, I will help make amends for all that has happened during Zencast's terrible crusade.
Make the most of this opportunity, Captain. And what now? Oh, I didn't talk to Quark yet. Morn, what's up? Oh, he has nothing to say.
Welcome back. Seeing as this is a private party and I'm in an unusually generous mood, you'll be getting the VIP discount on your drinks tonight.
You mean they're not on the house?
Did you take a hit to the head in that fight? I'm in a good mood. Not insane. Half off. Take it or leave it.
Fair enough. Cheers.
That's more like it. Don't take it personally. You could be Odo. His drinks? 50% markup.
Oh, I wouldn't let him hear that.
Can I get you something?
About the sword of Kahless.
Not much to tell, really. Lex saw the error of his ways and gave it back. Then I had Hur'q let Martok and Worf know we'd recovered their precious relic. A quick handoff later, and the Klingons were off to war. Rom and I tagged along, mainly to see the look on Odo's face when I rode in with the cavalry. That was priceless. If I die tomorrow, I'll go to the Exchequer with a smile on my face.
I'm sure. And you didn't make a profit on that job, did you?
Who do you think you're talking to? Nog? Unlike the Federation, the Klingons know the value of Latinum. I'm thinking of spending my cut on a smaller moon to orbit the one I already have. I might even name it Odo.
You're living dangerously, Quark. Good luck.
Can I get you something?
I'm fine for now.
Interesting. There's a message from Garak on my monitor here. Text only. He wants you to meet him at his old tailor shop. Maybe he's had enough of politics and wants to get back in the fashion game. Probably more profitable in the long run, and easier on the nerves.
That seems unlikely.
I wouldn't keep him waiting if I were you. He looks for secrets when he gets bored, and trust me, he's not the person you want poking around in your business.
Sounds like I should See what he wants. Marky. It's been a hot minute since we last seen you.
The conflict may be over, but there's still plenty of work to be done. The Lucari have offered to help the Hur'q restore their homeworld's ecosystem, and they've accepted. Dr. Bashir will be working with us on this. It's our goal to ensure that no Hur'q will go without nourishment again.
An honorable goal.
Some time ago, I hoped for a path to peaceful resolution to our troubles with the Hur'q. I'm happy to be part of such a solution, at last. Thank you for your efforts in getting us all to this point, to peace.
You're welcome. Safe travels, Captain. And Garak.
Thank you for meeting me here. Strangely, I find it easy to center myself in this shop. Even relax.
There's like no clothes on display here. Am I the only one who notices this? People coming in to look at blank, empty displays? No, it was just me. Memories of a simpler time in your life?
Quite so. Cardassia is about to begin a new journey, as it were, and I'll be going along for the ride.
Sounds exciting.
Oh, it is. Cardassia has been offered membership in the Alliance, and we've accepted. Our seat at the table was hard-earned, but we're ready and grateful to join the ongoing efforts. Officer exchange programs have already begun. In fact, I suspect you'll be seeing more Cardassian faces in the future. I hope you show them the same courtesy as you've shown me in our shared adventures.
Of course. And where will you be during all this?
Oh, I'll be spending time on Earth, Kronos, and New Romulus. The life of an ambassador is never dull, after all. Someone needs to make sure the Alliance doesn't forget about Cardassia, and I suppose that someone is me. I'll be sure to follow your exploits, of course. They'll be far more entertaining than economic forecasts and state functions, to be sure.
Thanks. I think.
I believe our fearless leaders would like to have a word with you next.
I won't ask how you know that, but I'll be seeing you. Oh. The leaders of the galaxy. Or the Alpha and Beta. No, just the leaders of the Beta Quadrant. Admiral Quinn?
There have been some significant diplomatic events since your return from the Gamma Quadrant. First, the Dominion is joining the Alliance. Having them as allies will take some getting used to, but the opportunity was too great to ignore.
Agreed.
As a condition to joining the Alliance, we requested that the Founders take steps to free the Jem'Hadar from their addiction to Ketracel White. I'm happy to say that Ambassador Odo is inclined to comply with that request. It will make things interesting in the Gamma Quadrant, to be sure. Still, it's been a long time coming. The Jem'Hadar should be able to live their lives freely.
Nobody saw that. Okay. It's a risk, but one worth taking. Proconsul Deton?
I have initiated a dialogue between the Dominion and the Karema. In light of recent events, I feel it is imperative that their conflict is resolved peacefully. Whether that results in an independent Karema or not remains to be seen, but I shall endeavor to help them reach a result that is beneficial for both parties.
That's going to be a challenge, Proconsul. And Chancellor Jem'Hadar.
The Havas Cool sector has been designated as independent from the Dominion, and a Hur'q neutral zone has been established around it. The Empire will join the Federation and the Republic in keeping the peace between the Dominion and the Hur'q. We have experience in enforcing a neutral zone, after all.
Indeed.
Martok's use of the beacon and the return of the blade has led to a renewed interest in Kalis throughout the Empire. Some say that Martok stands with honor next to great heroes like Tukuvma, Vok, Laurel, and Kang.
Don't bring up those names.
Getting along with a stubborn old Targ wasn't difficult enough. His ego will be larger than Mount Hamar at this rate. It is fortunate that Martok has little in the way of political aspirations. Otherwise, I may need to kill him. Again. Ha!
Both you make the Empire stronger, Chancellor. Don't do anything naughty while I'm away. Admiral, the Ambassador and Dr. Bashir would like a word with you in sickbay when you have a moment. Understood. They're not really in sickbay, they're in the hallway, but sure. Bashir?
Things are finally settling down around here. Well, as much as it ever settles down, that is.
You're still in uniform, Doctor.
Well, there's a lot to be done with the Hur'q, and being part of Starfleet will help me make things happen in that regard. When I'm not here, I'll be working with the Lucari and the crew of the USS Aventine to help the Hur'q get back on their feet.
Palace School is a long way from home for you.
Indeed, but I happen to be married to the captain of the Aventine, so it won't be, too bad. The kids won't be joining us until Kumake and her team restore Havas Kul to a more habitable state, however. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon. But until then, be safe out there. Doctor's orders.
And Odo.
The Dominion is about to go through a number of changes, liberating the Jem'Hadar from the White, phasing out the Founders' benevolent dictatorship, establishing a safe haven for the Hur'q. Needless to say, I'm going to be very busy for quite some time.
Not all of those changes will be popular.
No. There are still a number of Founders within the Great Link who will be very resistant to change. I'd like to think they're outnumbered by those willing to take a more democratic approach, however. The last thing anyone needs is a Dominion civil war.
Agreed.
Also, not all of the Hur'q were cured. We'll be dealing with rogue swarms for some time. I hope we can call on you in the future if we run into that special kind of trouble you have a talent for dealing with. Oh, and speaking of trouble, you might keep an eye on Quark. That little act of heroism with the Sword of Kalis will make him bolder than ever.
I'll do what I can. Constable. You're not a constable anymore. You're an ambassador, so I don't know why I'm calling you that. Besides, I'm not the policeman of Hur'q. I'm not his babysitter. The ship has been cleared for departure, Admiral. We're ready to leave when you are. Would you like to return and leave the system? Yes, we're done here. Aim me up.
The future of the Dominion is uncertain for the first time in many years. Without the Founder and her unbreakable will at the center of it all, the Gamma Quadrant will undoubtedly go through a great deal of turmoil. I'll do what I can to maintain order and keep the peace, but it's going to be challenging, to say the least. For now, what matters to me is that you fought for the Dominion when we needed it the most. I won't forget that. And thanks to the Great Link, neither will the Founders. Thank you. I hope we meet again under much better circumstances.
It would be awesome if we would meet again. Except that's not going to happen because reasons. Anyway. Rewards. We actually get an emote unlocked from this. Hur'q. I mean, it's okay. I'll take it. Alright. Mission rewards. You get... if you a few things here. First off, we get the morphogenic armaments set. If you're running a Polaron build, this is a great set to have. And also we have the phased waveform beacon. This is another assist summon, just like the Nemesis Pirate Call and the Delta Alliance Reinforcements Beacon. The same thing, except this summons a bunch of Hur'q swarmers to help you out. Very fun. And you got a generic science console, which you don't really care about. I will take this. Of note here, a few things to kind of explain, because it does get a little confusing sometimes. It kind of threw me off the first time I had this here. The morphogenic Polaron energy weapon. This is both a turret and a beam omni at the same time. It changes configuration based on what it needs to do. It's a little strange, but just kind of just try to accept that explanation, because that's kind of what it is. I know it's very unusual. It's probably one of the most unusual weapons in the game. But it acts as both a turret and a omni beam, so it's an excellent Polaron beam to have on the aft of your ship if you're doing a Polaron build, regardless here. There's also the Morphogenic Polaron torpedo. This is your Polaron energy torpedo. Not super amazing, but you know, it's kind of there for the set bonus. And the console is a Morphogenic Matrix controller. Gives you some extra weapon damage, Polaron boost, drain, and weapon cost here. Take that here.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Got some more points here. Now just let you see here what the set bonus is here. Set 2, you get 50% recharge time reduction to fire at will, beam overload, so the recharge reduction on those tactical skills, which is pretty nice. And set 3, hyperactive morphogenic enhancements. This boosts your crit severity on your attack skills. Again, very nice. So generally you want to have the full set to take full advantage of all that. It's actually a pretty good set. That being said, that is the last good weapon reward set you'll get in the game for free, which is unfortunate. But anyway, that is what it is. Alright, so that is the Gamma Quadrant. It is done. So, and actually, that's the end of Phase 3 of this playthrough. So when we continue, we'll be going into the final phase of the playthrough. Phase 4. Not too super excited about, but you know what, we're gonna do it anyway, because next time comes the Discovery content. I hope you like Star Trek Discovery, because the next few mission arcs are gonna be all about Star Trek Discovery. I'll try to make it interesting. Anyway, that's gonna be it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And let me get out of this here, so, yep. I will probably do a stream later in the week of something different. And then maybe next week we'll start the disco content in this game here, so. Anyway, see you next time. Have a good night. Take care, and I go now. Bye-bye.